Hello, I'm Karen Harrison. I'm your host for Reiki Call, a monthly podcast where we talk about Reiki and have meditations. My website is karenharrison.net, and you can find this podcast on many places, iTunes and Google Play and Spotify, and also on YouTube under Karen Harrison Reiki and on my website. And my guest tonight is William Lee Rand. He's the founder and president of the International Center for Reiki Training, founder of the Center for Reiki Research, and the author of many Reiki books, including your Reiki 1 and 2 manuals, Reiki Master manuals, all the levels, Reiki the Healing Touch. He's a great author and a very clear writer. I always enjoy reading everything that he's written. He developed Usui Tibetan Reiki, which has now evolved into Usui Holy Fire Reiki. He's also the founder of Karuna Reiki. He developed that. And between 1997 and 2004, he created world peace crystal grids, and he placed them at the North Pole, the South Pole, Jerusalem, and other places around the world. And you can join in on the monthly World Peace meditations on the second Wednesday at 7:30 in your time zone. So I am happy to introduce William Rand.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Karen. Yeah, great to be here and good to see everyone. I think it's just amazing the technology we have nowadays. Able to see people from all over the world. And let me turn off this alarm. There we go. Okay. And then even it does things sometimes you don't want it to do. So anyway, yeah, so this is pretty amazing. And I know, we had the problems with the virus, and right away we just went online, and the Zoom technology seemed to be evolving, right? Keeping pace with what we needed. So we're able to teach online. So yeah, now we have another issue coming up involving the need for peace. And so Reiki also comes to the rescue. So, the Reiki helped with the virus, help people stay healthier. If they got sick, it helped them get better. And now we get to use Reiki for peace. So, Reiki was always meant to develop and evolve. And in fact, there's been a lot of evidence that points in that direction. And there's a Reiki master, his name is Hiroshi Doi Sensei, and he's Japanese, and of course can read and speak Japanese, unlike most of us. So he has an advantage, plus he's in Japan. So he was able to get the notes that one of Usui's students had taken during the class. And Usui stated that the most important thing for a practitioner to do is to continually seek to improve the quality and quantity of Reiki energy that they're able to channel. So, it's something that can be developed. Now, when I first got level 1, this was on the Big Island, and this is quite a while ago. But anyway, after I got level 1 Reiki, then I went off by myself, and I saw sunbeams coming down through the leaves of the forest, and then the Reiki spoke to me, and it said, this energy can be developed. And very clear. And at that time, though, it was being taught that, well, you get Reiki 1, that's it. So you get Reiki 1, you can't make it any better than that. Just, if you want to get it better, go to Reiki 2, and then you got Reiki 2, that stays pretty much the same, and then Master, same thing. That's how it was being taught. But that wasn't really accurate. And there were a lot of, there's a lot of information that was added to Reiki that wasn't true. And only recently have we uncovered the actual facts around its development and so forth. And so we know Usui wanted it to be developed. And so, of course, it can be developed. And so when I was practicing, the energy told me that. And then because of that, I was always looking to find ways to make it better. And I'd studied with a kahuna and in Hawaii for about a year, and he had studied with 9 other kahunas, and he said he was always looking for other teachers. And so when I got involved with Reiki, I did the same thing. And the teaching was, well, when you become a Reiki master, you stay with your master the rest of your life. And I looked at my master and thought, well, you know, so if I did that, I'd learn what she knows, but she doesn't know all that much. And and you know, people become Reiki masters without any background in anything at all. And then that's all they know. What they were taught from their teacher was very limited. So I started staying with other teachers and learned a lot more. And then, being guided by the energy itself has led me to other developments. And so one of the things that Kahuna also told me was that I should always have someone else look at my aura. And although I can heal myself, have someone else do that, look at my aura and tell me what's going on, a clairvoyant healer. And so that was one of the things I did also. And always looking for the very best healers I could find to work on me, even though I had, Reiki. And that has also proved to be a very, very valuable. And had the good fortune of working with some very good healers. So, Reiki was meant to evolve, and now we have a new Reiki coming along. We were practicing our Sui Reiki and Sui Tibetan Reiki, and then the Holy Fire came, and so we call that a Sui Holy Fire. And I didn't know at that time that it would develop, but it did. And we had Holy Fire 2 and Holy Fire 3 and Holy Fire Online and so forth. And now we have a new level of Holy Fire, and it's World Peace Holy Fire. So it's a special frequency of Reiki designed especially to create world peace. So we know that Reiki by itself would be very good for that. But we also know that when we did animal Reiki, at first we used human Reiki for the animals, and then we actually got a special type of Reiki for the animals. It's their frequency, and they liked it actually a lot better. And so, regular Reiki is great, and it is working, definitely. There is a special frequency now that's coming through for peace, to create peace. And we have an experience, with Holy Fire, we do different experiences. How many here have Holy Fire Reiki of some one level or another? Yeah. Well, then, I believe that, there's our experiences, and they're like guided meditations. And so we have one called the River of Peace. And it's specifically to create peace within people, and also to help people spread peace to others. So I'll be doing that in a little bit, guiding you into the River of Peace. And what we call it Empowered by the River of Peace. Now, often when we think of peace, it's more like, relaxing, kicking back, not doing much. But this energy is an energized kind of peace, an active peace that creates peace, that manifests peace. So empowered by the River of Peace. So, goes out there and creates peace. And, that's different than just being kind of passively peaceful. So that's what we'll experience today when I do the experience. And then with the Holy Fire, we have ignitions. And now what's happened is that we had 4 ignitions. And so the 4th ignition has become a world peace ignition. So it's to ignite peace in the world. And so it's to give you the ability to do that more thoroughly and completely. So I won't have time to actually do that ignition in this, right now, in this time, in this presentation. But that is part of the new way we're teaching. The 4th ignition will be a world peace ignition, and it will be for the individual. So, and that the energy will flow through the individual out into the world to create world peace. So I know that also people, myself included, have felt a little anxious, and there's a certain amount of worry and concern around what's happening with Ukraine and what might happen, after that. And so part of the energy is there to heal us, so to release our anxiety and tension and fear and let go of it. And then once we're in that state, it's going to be a lot easier for us to send peace to the Ukraine, to anything else that might be going on. Now, of course, there have always been different things going on in the world, but since World War II, there have been very few major wars. And that has been a tremendous blessing. And it's such a remarkable thing that after World War II, that's when Reiki really got going. So when Reiki started going, it kind of like there were no world wars taking place after that. And so it shows how powerful Reiki has been. But now, we have something in the Ukraine, but I believe that it's going to die down and go away. And I think it already is doing that. And in fact, we're getting reports back about what's taking place there. People have already been sending Reiki. And we've gotten word from us. There's a soldier in the Ukraine that sent us a message about that he could feel our prayers and our energies. How many have heard about that? I don't know if anyone's heard of it. A few people have, yeah. So what I'd like to do, I've got this message that he sent right here. I'd like to read it because they are feeling our prayers and our Reiki and our energies, and they like it. They say it's working, and they want us to keep doing it. So this was translated from Ukrainian into English, and it starts out: the warriors in Ukraine are witnessing the following. We are feeling all your prayers and support for us. Sometimes something really mysterious happens, as if someone's invisible hand is actually taking the bullets and shells away from us and making them fly past us. We emerge victorious from very difficult situations, as if someone is accompanying us. It seems like we become invisible to the enemy, while it appears we gain the ability to see in the dark. At the same time, we seem to know what to do and how to do it. This inspires us and gives us strength. We believe that the Lord Jesus himself is with Ukraine. Please do not stop the prayers. Continue to support us and keep on praying. We are in great need of all of you, your prayers and support. So, it's working. And that was, I think, just a very powerful request and prayer that he was saying. So anyway, we do have it's a special ability as Reiki practitioners. And I think it's really wonderful that we are able to, give Reiki to ourselves and to others, and also send it out into the world. And now, like I was saying, we have this upgrade. I taught Reiki 1 and 2, and then Reiki Master and Karuna Reiki. And I was told prior to starting that I was going to be introducing or getting this new type of Reiki. And so in 1 and 2, I didn't feel a whole lot. Master, I got stronger. I could start to feel it. And then in Karuna, it was really powerful. And everybody in the Karuna class could feel it. So this energy is something that's building. And I was told also, first I will receive it, and then I'll be able to give it to others. And so that's what's happened. My last Karuna class, people received the special energy. So it has all the qualities that the energy would normally have, or is supposed to have for that class, plus it has the added feature of bringing peace to people and helping to dispel war and problems in the world. So we're really happy about that. I think it's absolutely amazing, so timely that it would come so quickly. And with the pandemic, what happened there is that I work with a group of illumined beings. They're the Brothers and Sisters of the Light. How many have heard of them? The Brothers and Sisters of the Light. Yeah. Well, I work with them. And then what happened is they were aware before the pandemic that the pandemic was coming. And so they were working with people's auras and energy fields to get them strong, so that they would be able to then teach online. Because what happened is, as soon as the virus took over, there were lockdowns and people couldn't have regular classes anymore. But then we were given a final ignition to begin teaching online. And that's what happened. So the energy knew what was going on, what we needed, and it supported us and supplied us with online Reiki. So now, we have the problems with world peace, and we have another new energy coming through. So I think it's absolutely amazing about that possibility. And, Reiki comes from an unlimited supply. It's unlimited in quantity, but unlimited in quality also. So there are all different types of frequencies and sorts of Reiki that are possible for us to channel. And as we go up in consciousness, then we become able to channel these much higher frequencies and that heal stronger and are more powerful and so forth. So anyway, does anyone have questions or comments about anything I was just saying?
William, will you be providing as you did with Holy Fire 2 and 3, like a WebEx or something, so that we can be upgraded to this new energy?
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, it's almost like I planted you in the audience. So yeah, fantastic. Yeah, we're going to be doing an upgrade seminar, and it'll be probably maybe 4 hours approximately, something like that. And it will be for Reiki masters, and it will be able to give you the ability to use this new River of Peace energy, and also to do the World Peace Ignition. And so this is also new. I mean, I think, what is today? Monday? Yeah, I mean, this is all coming boom, 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 boom. I mean, we just had this idea that we're going to do this. And so I need to talk to Colleen. She's going to do it with me. We'll do it together and produce this. And so I feel it's going to happen really soon. Yeah, so it'll be, it'll be a upgrade so that you'll be able to conduct the River of Peace experiences for your students, and also to provide the World Peace Ignition for your students also. So you'll be able to add it to how you're teaching. And it doesn't take away anything from what would normally be in the class in terms of the energies, but it adds these new frequencies of energy specifically for peace and healing, any of the distress or things that are going on in the world. So, there are some dark forces out there, but I think what's happened is they're just coming to the surface so they can be healed and released. And that often happens. People have what they have called a healing crisis. And it just means that, stored toxins and things come up, and the person feels sicker before they get better. So our planet has had this stuff going on. I think this is going to heal it to a much more powerful level that will take care of any potential occurrences like it's happening in Ukraine now. In other words, it's going to all go away. And because we look at what happened in the whole, like Europe united, NATO become way stronger, and everybody is against the war. Nobody's for it. And Putin thought he would go in and people would surrender and he'd just take over and he'd, have Ukraine. Didn't happen. And it, energized the people to fight against him. And they are amazing in, what they're doing there in Ukraine. And it's, the last I read is there's a stalemate and there's no progress being made. And so we'll see what happens next. Now, I also happen to I'm an astrologer. How many here are astrologers or have done astrology or had your charts done? Astrology. 2 people. Well, I did Putin's chart, and you could see where he attacked the Ukraine. And there, actually it's not a positive kind of a thing. Oh boy, are you going to do well? It's not that at all. And it looks to me that his attacking Ukraine will be his downfall. And they will be at the end of the month, which is coming up pretty soon. There's going to be the conclusion of his activities. And, it didn't really work. And so I think I'm not sure what's going to happen with Putin. I don't know. But it shows in his chart that it's going to be concluding. He might try something or he might give up. I don't know. But I think for us, sending Reiki is really going to help it go along in the right direction. I think he didn't know about Reiki. If he had known about Reiki, he goes, oh, wait a minute. Maybe they have Reiki. Maybe I shouldn't be, maybe I should not do this. So they got Reiki, you know? So, so anyway, yeah, Reiki is very powerful. And so it's wonderful for ourselves to help us remain calm and peaceful. And also it's very powerful to go out into the world and bring peace to the world. So with that, I think it's, our Reiki has gotten even stronger than it's ever been. And so we're going to be able to enjoy a lot more energy to solve the problems of the world and bring a really true and lasting peace to the whole planet where people get along really well. So, okay, what I would like to do is an experience, the River of Peace experience. And so for this, you can be seated or you can be laying down. And then how many have gotten the music, found it, the Julie True music?
I placed that in the chat. There's a link to Julie True Healing Presence on YouTube. And that's the music that William would like you to play. That way you can set it at your own volume during the experience, and we'll be sure to have good sound quality for you because it'll be your own sound quality. So I placed that in the chat. Okay, you need to see it again. Okay.
If you don't find the link, you just Google Julie True Healing Presence.
All right, I just put it in again in case you didn't see it.
Yeah, good.
All right, so there it is in the chat. And you can play that or you can have silence, whatever you like.
Yeah, I suggest that you play it. Now, one thing about this music is it was written and played by Julie True, and she was channeling Jesus when she wrote and conducted this music. So it has that, very high vibration, very soothing kind of music. I really like it. So anyway, what I'm going to be doing is what we call an experience. And so I'll talk for a short time. I'm not going to talk the whole time. I'm just going to talk at the beginning, and that gets everything going. And I'm going to stop talking. You'll have your music playing. And then after a while, then I'll bring people back, and then you can take notes on what happened and then, share your experience. Okay. Any questions around that? How it's going to happen? Like I say, I'll just talk for a short time. I'll stop talking, and then you'll just be the music playing, and you can just go off into your own space. And so what this allows to happen is for the energy to come in and individually, uniquely for each person, and to work with you. Everyone has a different type of auric field and chakras and so forth. So the energy creates itself specifically for each individual. And so because of that, it can be more powerful. So what we found is when the teacher moves out of the way, the energy can be more powerful. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you want, I'll turn on your music so that you can still hear me. And then you could be seated or you could lay down if you'd like to. And also during the process, you can also change your position and become comfortable. And, if you need to change your position, you can change it if you feel like you need to. So we'll go ahead and get started. So just take a couple of deep breaths and close your eyes and allow yourself to relax. And I'd like you to imagine that it's a beautiful day, a warm and sunny day, and it's summertime, and you're barefoot, and you're walking through a beautiful forest. And this is a very safe forest. It feels wonderful to be here. And all around you are the plants and flowers and trees and bushes and grass. And as you breathe into yourself, you actually breathe in the life energy of the forest. And with each step that you take, just imagine you can feel the energies of the earth flowing up through the bottoms of your feet. And as you're walking along, you see it getting lighter. And you realize you're coming to the edge of the forest. And as you walk out, off in the distance, you see some very large mountains, tall mountains. And they're so tall, they just seem to go way up beyond the clouds. And these mountains are so tall that they rise up into higher dimensions of consciousness. And there's rain and snow that falls on the mountains, very special. And it forms small little streams that all join together. And then they form the River of Peace. And this beautiful river flows through a volcanic area where the waters are warm to jacuzzi temperature. So it's not a cold mountain river at all. It's warm and soothing. And the river is filled with a very special energy. The energy of very, very deep peace, harmony. It's also filled with life, with living energies, very nurturing. And you walk along the path now, along the riverbank, and there are beautiful flowers and plants there. And as you walk along, you see that the path is turning into the river, and you walk up to a place where you can touch the water with your feet, and you can feel the water kind of swirling around your feet. And it's crystal clear, very pure water. And you notice this, and you bend down and scoop up some water into your hands and bring it to your lips and just drink from the river of peace. And that wonderful, peaceful energy flows through you now into your body, your digestive system, but then off into the blood and all around your body, bringing peace into your entire being. And you stand there at the edge of the river and take another really deep breath. And the river is welcoming you to enter into its beautiful waters. And so if you feel inclined to do so, imagine going forward into the river, very comforting and beautiful water, and begin to float and swim. And there's another very special feature of this water. It's not like ordinary water. You can actually breathe underwater. You can breathe underwater. And when you breathe underwater, you just pull all that energy of peace right through your whole being. And the river is inviting you to do this now, to swim and even to dive down underwater and breathe the energies all the way through you now. And the river is guiding you now. Allow yourself to be guided by the river of peace. You can continue with your experience as long as you feel guided to do so. And whenever you're ready, take a couple of deep breaths. Bring your awareness to your eyes. And then slowly open your eyes and come back. And then whenever you're ready, take some time to write down your experiences in your notebooks. Okay. I just wondered, would anyone like to share about your experience? Yeah, Christina.
Yeah, I guess I go for it. It was very, very, very powerful. First, it was very energetic, very healing, peaceful. I felt humble. I felt grateful. I felt love to self and others. So it was amazing.
Good.
Very
Well,
nice.
thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Great.
Welcome.
All right. Would anyone else like to share? Oh, yeah, Jackie.
There we go. I agree. Powerful. There was so much a peaceful feeling that just came over me. I felt I was floating in the water. My body was moving, and I could breathe underwater. I thought that was so cool. But I took in all of the elements. That was just incredible. And the peace of the river was so welcoming. And I got very emotional as I experienced this deep peace. I wanted everybody to feel this. Everybody should feel this level of peace. And my heart was overflowing and I couldn't help myself. I kept saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, and thank you for bringing this experience. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Jackie. Good. Okay. Is there anyone else that would like to share?
Okay.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah, well, it almost felt like I was back at the Adirondack Room in Glens Falls. Was that
Ah,
powerful.
hey,
The old days.
yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty transcendental experiences. Now, I know we haven't been attuned or ignited to this new energy that you were talking about, but it's almost as if I had a strong creative visualization about it, about its
Yeah.
potential, what it could be.
Sure.
Like I was almost like touching it already.
Oh, good. Yeah.
That was the reaction.
Wonderful. Okay, good. Thanks. All right. Anyone else? Is that Dustin? Yeah, Dustin. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I felt an abundance of peace that just flowed from the top of my head to my feet. I felt like in my chair, I felt like someone was like kind of pushing me in a circle slowly, and it just kind of and then I just kind of like felt like I just kind of disappeared into this beautiful universe that we're surrounded with, and it was just like I said, it was just I had the peace that I felt. It just ignited and just hung on the whole time until all of a sudden you're like, okay, we're done. I was like, holy moly. But yeah, my heart's full and I'm very gracious. Thank you. Thanks for that, William. Appreciate it.
Sure. Yeah, thanks, Dustin. All right. Anyone else?
Evelyn wanted to share.
Yeah,
Oh, Evan.
yeah, it
Evan,
was
what's up?
really, yeah, it was very interesting. First, as soon as we started, I felt like this, I was ready to cry. It was like so powerful, but a good type of crying. It was like something like right here, a lot of love and
Ah.
everything that I have to just send away because it was too much for me to handle. And
Uh-huh.
I could see I have tingling. I still have tingling all over me. And I saw some white colors or kind of, I don't know, it was kind of bluish, greenish, I don't know. And it was really peaceful and calming. And I had the feeling to put my hands here and just breathe more because that was so overwhelming, but it was a good type of overwhelming. And I feel really a lot of peace. So hopefully everybody will feel that as well.
Yes. Good. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Anyone else?
There were some comments in the chat, William,
Oh,
from Heather. She said, fantastic meditation, William, thank you. Lucy said, thank you. Glacely said, thank you. And Jen said, thank you for this, such gratitude for this group and experience.
good. Nice. Yeah. Thanks.
So William, how
Okay.
will people find out about the webinar?
Okay, well, how many receive information from our website already? Maybe, emails and things, newsletter. Yeah, most likely, you'll get a notification about it. And Colleen will send it to her list, and we'll send it to our list too. Probably go out a couple of times. Yeah, and I think it's going to happen soon. So I'll be talking with her tomorrow, and we'll start talking. I'm sure we'll get a date tomorrow. So then Colleen and I have worked together before, so we'll put together something really nice, and yeah, it'll be a great experience. And usually what happens once you sign up for it, you can review it as many times as you want. So it'll stay up, and go back to it as well. And then you can do it live, but then afterwards, if you weren't able to get there on time for the time, it'll be a recording that you can then play. So whether you have if you have something already in that time slot, well, then it'll be recorded, and then you can watch the recording. Okay.
Wonderful.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, William. We really appreciate it. You can connect with William at www.reiki.org and sign up to get on the email list if you're not already. And my website is karenharrison.net. So I am so glad that you were able to join us. And after the last Reiki call, I asked, who you would like to have me bring on. And several people said William. And I asked him to do something for world peace. And lo and behold, this new world peace experience showed up. So that was really divine timing. I'm so grateful, and grateful to you, William.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, thanks for inviting me. Yeah, I enjoyed being here. Mhm.
Okay, well, thank you all. I'll be sending out the recording to everybody that is on my Reiki Call email list. If you're not on that, you can go to karenharrison.net and sign up to get the recording. And it'll also be on my YouTube and the other channels. So, okay, any last questions or comments before we end? Any last things you
Thank
wanted
you
to
for the
say?
river of peace.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. It was really enlightening.
Big thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, William.
You're welcome. Yeah, thanks for inviting me. It was a blessing to be here. So happy to be with everyone.
Thank you.
All right. And hugs to all.
Thanks to all.
Hugs. Okay.
Yeah,
Bye.
great.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Thank
Namaste.
Bye.